Started reading about Elon Musk recently, the biography by Walter Isaacson. And when it talks about his childhood, it does a good job of painting the South Africa that he lived in as like a really rough and tumble place. Like, whether you like where American society is today or not, I think it's hard to argue that we're not more coddled than we were, say, 40 years ago from the standpoint of rules. you know, I guess the example that comes to mind is somebody. This is, I think, 20 or 30 years ago now, but somebody was going through a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through and ordered coffee and spilled the coffee on themselves, and then sued Dunkin' Donuts because the coffee was hot. And so Dunkin' Donuts then had to start putting notices on their cups that the contents were hot. So anyway, just stuff like that. And so if you think about the U.S. being 40 years ago, less tame than South Africa, it sounds like, was like another 40 years behind that. So it's very interesting. And I guess what's interesting about it, my reaction, my personal reaction was to some extent like awe or amazement, like, wow, this actually happened, like they actually had this. This seems kind of crazy, but at the same time, some I guess envy. I don't know, like it seems like South Africa back then was a very adventurous place. And I understand it was apartheid and there were horrible things going on. But just, and yeah, it seemed like it was an easy place to have an adventure. Also, seems like it was an easy place to, get hurt. So the adventure could go wrong pretty easily. But maybe that, that's the thing. I feel like over the course of my life, there have been a lot of rules instituted that are intended to make people safe. And in some cases, they have. But there's also been something of an adventurousness that's been lost. And so I wonder if we can kind of bring back the spirit of adventurousness in a safe container. For me, that's what I like about Jujitsu, right? Is that it's fighting in a safe container. So there's only so far that it's going to go. um, and both pieces are necessary. Like I wouldn't want to be in a place where people were fighting, but there were no limits. That's too dangerous for me. And I wouldn't want to be in a place where, you know, fighting's not allowed. A particular type of fighting. Um, so it's not an either or thing for me. It's healthy to be able to fight, and it's healthy to be able to be safe. And we can create both of those things in the same place.